Hey guys, how's it going, and welcome today to a review of my Helion Criterion two-wheel drive remote control buggy. Let me just apologise for the audio straight away. I'm having to use a different camera to what I usually would, but nevertheless, let's get straight into the video. So this is what it looks like. I have got the red version of this, not the blue one. As you can see there, 30 plus miles an hour, that is how quick it goes. And just to show you the basics on the box, we've got an advanced radio system, this is the controller, high-speed electric 12-turn motor, which helps us get that 30 mile an hour, waterproof electric inside, and a performance battery and charger. If I, well, hopefully nothing will fall out, quickly just flip this over, just to give you a quick overview of it. As you can see there, water resistance, adjustable suspension, planetary differential, precision ball bearings, all-terrain traction, and durable composites. That's a basic of what the inside looks like, but we'll get onto that later. So that is the box. Now the first thing I'm going to show you is the controller. Here is the controller. That's roughly how big it is in comparison with the size of the box. Not too big at all, and it's a really nice controller actually. 2.4 gigahertz radio system. This is what it looks like. If you turn it on, you hear a beep like that, and you get your red light. Flick your little analog control up like that, and yeah, basically it's pretty obvious. Here obviously you've got your traction thing, so if you pull that back gradually more and more, you increase your speed. If you're moving and then you want to stop, you let go and then hold that and you will brake. That is also the reverse. Here, as you can see, we've got a little steering wheel. If I just put that down like that and turn it, this is how you turn your car. If I turn it that way, forwards or right, whichever way you're looking at it, that is to turn right, and that way is left. So that looks like a car tyre, nice little thing there. We've got 3 sets of buttons on here. Here is for the reversing, and so if you're applying the brakes or trying to reverse and it's not applying as quick as you like, you can adjust with that. This one straightens up the steering, so if when it's sat, like the car wheels are like that, and you just tap it and it will just level them up so you don't get any movement and you're going in a straight line. And here is if the car moves off by itself, as soon as you turn it on, click that and it will slow it down and come to a complete standstill. So that will all be working in the future. So that is basically the controller. Underneath here, if I can just slide them off, as you can see, you need 4 AAs. I do recommend getting Duracells because the other ones run out too quickly, and it does warn you when they're low, but it senses that they have more power than what they actually do, and then you end up going straight into a tree or something like that because it hasn't got the capability of stopping the car at such a high speed. Here is the charger for the batteries. Just a normal mains battery. You just plug that in, get a little green light on there to acknowledge you've got electric, and it will turn red when you plug the battery in. This is what the end looks like, and that is how it plugs into a battery. You've got one, it's practically the same, but one's turned on its side. If I move that over here, this is the normal battery that comes with it. It's a 3000 NIMH battery, so you've got 7 of these, you've got 2 lines of 3 and 1 on top, and they're all kept in here. This cost me $16.99. This was a spare that I bought. The general cost of those is around £20. So this is the general battery. They're quite good, quite high powered, but they don't last very long. And the good thing about this car is that it does take a 2 LiPo battery instead of one of these if you want to pick yourself one of those up. So I'll just quickly show you, that is how they attach. So obviously the two will just clip together like that. You plug it into your mains. Your charging time, you're looking at about 4 hours on your first charge, 3 hours on any charges after, which is quite a long time because you only get 15 minutes drive time per battery, which is why I have 2 of these, but it is definitely worth it. So if we move on to the car itself now, boom, here is the Criterion. Like I said, I've got the red one, and so we'll start with here. You've got your little antenna, which is what it's controlled with. Here is a little bit mucky, but you've got your off-roading tyres on the back, like that. A lot of grip. Like you can, because it's got so much power, you can wheel spin this on tarmac, but it just helps to grip. These, if you want to buy new wheels, I have had a look. You cannot take the tyres or the rims off this because they're glued together, so you have to buy brand new ones. But you've got those on the back because it's a 2-wheel drive, so they are what attach to the motor. On the front you've got these slightly thinner like slick tyres, and it's the same thing with them, they're glued. And this is because these are not controlled by the motor, so they're purely used just to turn the car. If I spin the car to here and show you the front, this is what the front looks like. Got a little bit of grass stuck in there. You've got your suspension arms here, so obviously if I just, you've got a lot of movement in those to allow when you go and have a rough terrain for it to bump about like that. And the wheels are slightly loose and you don't want them too tight, so then it locks up your steering. These are the steering arms. They do unclip from here quite frequently, so you just have to clip them back in. And you can also adjust the ride height of these. I'm not sure if you can see this little thing I'm spinning here is a clip. You get a bag of those, so you can add to them to raise your ride height like that, so it doesn't bottom out. But it's better to keep it like this if you're on normal terrain. If you're off-road and you've got quite long grass, you might want to stick another clip on for those. But that is the steering. As you can hear, you get a, and I'll show you the mechanism for that inside soon. If we spin around to the back, we have exactly the same suspension here. As you can see, they go in like that. Literally just clipped on with these little clips here, here, and one at the front down there. And there is your motor, your metric 12-turn motor. That's situated in this little bit here. That does get quite warm, so if you're going to use one battery and another, I recommend you wait 5 to 10 minutes just for it to cool down, so you don't burn your motor out. Here, as you can see, we've got the I'm not sure if you can see that there, look, rotating, and that is attached to the motor here. I've had one problem with this while I've had it, and that was one of the cogs came loose and it started making really high squealing sounds. So if you do get that, turn it off straight away, take it to someone who knows what they're doing, and they will fix it for you. So if I show you how to take this off, you literally spin it onto its side, just change hands, spin it onto its side like that, and pull it out. That's literally all these clips are. There's one on the front and one on the back. The front one is a paint, oh no, we've got it off this time. So if we lift up from that side, then that side, and then you unclip at the front like that and pull it out. This is the body of the car. It's literally what it is, just a nice thin little bit of plastic to keep it lightweight. And here is the inside. So you can see there is the mechanism for your turning, which is attached here to this waterproof piece of electrics. Here is where the battery goes, so you just spin those to correct position, line them up, and lift that up, and the battery will sit in there, which I'll show you in a minute. This is what the battery is connected to. That is the on and off switch for this. Then you've got all of your electrics and everything else. It's a really light car, actually. Literally, you've got a bit more weight in the back because of the motor. It is a brushed motor, not a brushless, so it's slightly noisier, and they tend to be slower, but this is actually a really, really quick car. So if I just if I lift that lid up there, as you can see, you slide your battery in like that, pop your cap down, turn them, so the battery is now locked in place there, and then those two attach. So I'll just put the camera like this, I'm not sure if you can see or not, and those two are attached like that, okay? So then what you want to do, I'll just do a quick shot. I'm not sure if it's got any charge, but you grab your controller. Always turn your controller on first in case it fires off. Then you click this and you should hear a noise. And that does sort out the front there. So if I just sit this down and lift and give you a quick clip. So it is very, very quick, this car. I'll turn it off now. And that is the little clip I'm going to give you. Hopefully I'll put a clip at the end of this for show it moving. As you can see, always disconnect this afterwards in case it does turn itself on. And that is pretty much it for this car. Same material as the body for the wing. So to get on to the good points. The good points of this, you can heighten your suspension based on the terrain. Because it's meant to be an off-road buggy, you can use it on and off-road, which is very good. It's got a very good top speed, around 25 mile an hour off-road, 30 mile an hour plus on road. I've flipped this a couple of times and it's not literally done any damage to it whatsoever. Very sturdy car. The bad points of this, mainly I'm going to say, is the battery life, because they only last 15 minutes per battery. So if you were to buy a LiPo battery, it would last a bit longer. But all in all, it's a very good car. Very sturdy, very fast, very fun to drive. Waterproof, so you can take it out in pretty much any conditions. Easy to clean. Barely had any problems with it. The suspension and everything is really good. The controller's handy and easy to use. It's got quite a nice sound, this motor, even though it is brushed. So I definitely recommend you go pick one of these up. Cost me £120 when I bought it. Not sure what that is in dollars, but it's definitely worth every penny of that if you get your LiPo. I'm going to give this car a 9 out of 10, purely just because of the battery situation. That's it for this video, guys. If you have enjoyed, please leave a like, and I'll see you guys in a future video on this channel. Okay guys, so I did forget to show you this. I thought I'd just show you now, me straightening up the steering. So as you can see, just tapping that button and it moves it. You get a nice little beep and it moves it ever so slowly, so you can just absolutely line it up perfectly. And if I just show you, that's pretty much how much steering you have. Now this is in my front room, so I'm not going to do that too quickly in case I crash it. That was just a quick basic of what the steering's like. Really easy to use, as is the brakes. So yeah.